You know, I know they do. I know they do. And I should have searched for that so that I could quote them exactly, but I didn't, so I can't. And in this moment, I'm sorry I didn't. I meant to, because I saw that question before, but it left my mind. Patience is a tremendous spiritual quality. If I'm remembering correctly, somebody in the room can help me. Isn't it one of the secrets of prosperity that we just did? Yeah.
Patience is the quickest way to realize God. Patience is the quickest way for spiritual growth.
So what I would say, first of all, is that program, The Secrets of Prosperity, is on our website. You can find it. And it was, I think, recently, like maybe the last one or the one before, where the secret was, the secret of prosperity is patience. And I can't remember all of the specific points, nor am I sure that they're important. And Shankari was just saying it's one of the affirmations, so affirmations for self-healing. But the thing about patience, and I know what you're describing about being fast, and I lived my whole life that way. I'm very quick, I do things quickly, my mind comes up with systems quickly. So if there's a job to do of organizing a huge space, my mind shows me how to organize it, and, or create stacks of things. It's weird, but even in a worldly way, I've always been able to move fast, and my mind moves fast. So it comes up with solutions and answers. That's me. That's Shanti. So, but I'm saying it to you because I understand that. We get a lot done in the world, and as you say, and I forget how it is, but it's brought you a lot of success and accomplishment in the world. But I think now we're looking for a different kind of success that is not measured at all, actually, by how much we accomplish in the world. Swamiji accomplished more than any human being I've ever heard about, and I imagine ever will hear about. What he accomplished is humanly impossible. People do not write 150 books. They don't write close to 450 pieces of music. They don't start against all odds and a lot of hostility, a spiritual community that has probably become one of, if not the, I don't know, largest intentional spiritual communities in the world. I know there are some in India. I'm not talking just about like the Shivananda foundations, but people living together, communities of, let's just say it's big without needing to compare it to anything. We could just go on and on. Everything around us, the colors we see, the designs that we see, the joy symbol that we use and refer to, it's endless what he accomplished. And yet, when you would speak with him, he was absolutely clear that he didn't accomplish any of it, nor was he attached to it. It's not that he wouldn't fight for, a principle in it. Like right now, I mean, is the joy symbol Ananda's, or should it just be out in the world? This is a question, meaningful question. Swamiji would get very clear about those kinds of things, but not like, this is mine. It came to me, I made it. Never, never. You remember there's a story where Swamiji tells a tale on himself. He says he was walking around the village one night, and the thought came to him, look at what I've created. He said instantly the next thought came, is that how you want to hold this? He realized in an instant how limiting that is, how little any one human being can do, that he didn't create it. God created it through him. I don't think I've ever heard him or anyone talk about another slip like that. He was remarkable in that way. So, moving too quickly, and I don't know what too quickly is for anybody. And again, I just wrote this letter, so it's so there. I wrote in the letter, people, all my life since I'm a little girl, all my life I've heard literally hundreds, if not 1,000 times, each of these, you do too much. You accomplish too much. You don't have to do that. You should quit that job. You should ask for help. You should get more sleep. You should. Because people were speaking to me from their own experience of what I was doing. And I somehow knew that all the time. When people said, you do too much, I used to look at them and think, for you it would be too much. For me it doesn't feel like too much, because I was always being helped, always, by some force that always, I've known this since I was four years old. It's my first conscious memory of this, but I remember it, that kind of people wanting me to be more like them. But I wasn't like everybody else, not because I was great. I wasn't at all great. I certainly wasn't great in the world. I wasn't the smartest or the best or any of that in any category. And there's so many things I can't do, even to this day, from as simple as like really sew on a button so it will stay, to bigger things. There's a lot that I've never done and can't. It's not personal, what I'm saying. It's not, that's why I said in the letter, I've always been helped. I've been given the energy to go on less sleep. But it has to be that kind of fast movement with a consciousness that you're not doing anything, and to listen. Am I still supposed to be doing that, or should I slow down? Not because anybody's telling me, but because the guidance is there. I could have never, ever made it through medical training the way I did. Nights, many nights in a row, repeatedly, constantly, with zero sleep. Who does that? I meditated right through medical training. I spoke to God constantly because I wouldn't have used these same words then. That was decades ago. But I knew somehow that I couldn't do it. I needed help, that it was Herculean what was trying to happen, literally. And that means, where did Hercules' power and everything come from? You know, it was a divinely given power where he couldn't have accomplished what was being asked of him, to hold the whole world up. Who does that? No, we can't do those things. So tune in and make sure that you don't think too often, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I need to go faster, I need to accomplish more. You'll collapse. But if you pray every morning, do through me what you want me to do, whatever that is. Because I know where the question came from. You know, what you are doing in the world is so amazing. Music, art, clients, it's endless what you do, and touching. But make sure that it's inspired. And I will say the music and the art definitely feel that to me. but make sure that you're at peace. That's what I want to say. When I was in medical training, the one thing that bothered people more than anything was that I used to come in so joyfully day after day. I loved medical school. I loved training. Nobody loved medical training. They thought I was weird, but I did. And soon it was infectious to the degree it could be infectious. You all know Master told me to go to medical school, and he was always with me. So it was that joy that I was able to feel. Everybody could feel it in whatever you do, if it's God flowing through you. So patience is an absolutely essential. That's why it's in the prosperity class. That's why it's one of the affirmations. It's essential on the path because we require patience to tune in. We have to have that quality. I don't know what the affirmation is right now, and in a way it doesn't matter, though we could easily read it. But it means I will be present in every moment to God's guidance, to God's desire for my life, moment by moment. No arrogance, no pride. Like Swamiji, just like Swamiji, who did so much more than any of us will ever accomplish in this life, I think, because he was quite a special. I don't want to say that, I guess that's limiting. Maybe some of you will be able to do what Swamiji did. It's simply a question of letting go of your ego. And it doesn't take time, actually. That's the interesting thing. So even though I'm 77, or Ambajoti is whatever she is, and I mean, some of us in this room are old. We're already old. Doesn't matter. In a moment, we could be self-realized. In any moment, we could be self-realized. You have the affirmation. You can read it.
This is the affirmation for patience. I'm neither the ripples on the surface of the sea, nor yet the crashing waves. I am the vast ocean deeps, unaffected by mighty storms, untouched by any superficial change.
Beautiful. I am he. I don't know how that winds up being about patience, but it's interesting that it does. So, okay, great.